La ràdio catalana de la cultura i l'esport.
Welcome to our watchers in rce.cat. I'm your host Don Murray, and with me today is our panelist Rory.
Hi, good evening everybody.
Yourself?
It's me, Katya Kasturi, hello.
Once again, from
the Ukraine, of course.
Ukraine.
The one and only.
And here with us is Anna Gallagher from Kildare in Ireland. She did her Erasmus year in Salamanca, I think.
Yes, Salamanca.
And came to Barcelona in January.
January, yes.
So you've been here quite a long time.
Yeah.
So
months.
you play with the Barcelona Gaels.
I do, yes.
Right, Gaelic football team. And tell us a little about that.
Yeah, so originally when I was in Salamanca, I used to play for the Madrid Harps, so our rivals.
Okay, so you played for the rivals.
Yeah, and then I went home for COVID.
How long were you in Madrid?
I was never in Madrid. I commuted
Okay,
from...
there you go. Okay.
Yeah, so I commuted from Salamanca to Madrid every couple of weeks and played tournaments with them.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
so that was a lot of travel and a lot of passion.
Yeah.
Really? You know, to be travelling from Salamanca to Madrid, what's an hour and a half?
On the bus, about 3 hours. And then when you get there, there's travelling inside the city as well. So
Wow, this is serious dedication.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
was it worth it? The people from Madrid, I mean...
no, they're
all right at the end of the day.
They're all right. The people here are better.
Right,
yeah,
exactly. Right. Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah. And that's what I'm led to believe. So, anyways, so you played for how long did you play for the Madrid Gaels?
So I played for the Madrid Harps for
excuse me.
Yes, I want to say 5 months maybe, and then had to go home because of COVID. So the last tournament we played was a week before the lockdown, or so the first lockdown, and at the time, so we actually won that tournament, and Barcelona only had 7 players there, and when I was kind of moving over here, I was very kind of on the fence, like, will there be 8 players, will there be 9? But I was lucky enough, one of the girls who I used to play with in Madrid had actually moved here as well, so got on to her and she said it was great crack, and moved and been happy as Larry ever since. So.
Okay, and when you came back to Spain, you decided to come to Barcelona as opposed to Madrid, yeah?
Yes.
Any particular reason?
I went on holidays to Madrid and Barcelona, and it was kind of more to scope out where am I going to move to, and like Madrid is great, have had some great nights there, some good times, but then the minute I stepped foot here I was like, no, this is it.
This is it.
Yeah.
And what swayed you?
Probably the beach, to be honest.
Okay, yes.
Vaya, aquí no hay playa, as they say about the song from Madrid, you know? It's one of the downsides.
Probably the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The beach, when I came here 30 years ago, nobody ever went to the beach. Even the locals didn't go to the beach. The nearest beach was... that people went to was Casa de Fels or up north, but since 1992 in the Olympics, it's just radically changed. Now we're in Miami, basically. Yeah. Okay, so did you find anything strange when you came to Barcelona? Anything, you know, I mean, you're in Madrid, but like you've been here now for 9 months or 11 months, I suppose. Are there any things that you particularly found a little odd? little strange about living here?
Um,
Apart from the 2 languages, of course.
Strange, no. Like it's,
Different, I suppose. That's, yeah.
well, oh,
Yep, sorry.
well, and now like the lifestyle, definitely very different. It's a lot more laid back than at home. At home, it's very go, go, go. But here, it's kind of, sure, it's grand. Sure, we were told to be here for 8 o'clock and we started at 10 past, so Spanish time. Yeah, which, I mean, it suits me perfectly because I'm laid back by nature, so it's
Okay.
great.
Okay. So the timing, I suppose you'd say.
Yeah. Yeah,
The
no.
timing.
Also, strange, great public transport doesn't exist in Ireland, so
Yes, we don't have. We have these buses that never arrive. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Just, everything's a bus. Apparently, when you arrive to Dublin, people come out and they go, okay, where's the metro? No, it's a taxi. You just take a taxi. No, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's just taxis. Like, so we're very, very strange. So what do you do here?
I work in sales.
Okay.
Yeah, so
In what sector?
so tech sales.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tech
everybody-
sales,
Yeah,
right.
tech sales. So like everybody else here, working in sales.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a big change to my job at home. So
And what were you doing at home?
I was a postwoman at home.
Okay,
Yeah.
right, fair enough.
Yeah, working for Unplus, delivering letters.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. So, and then postman Pat, no, but
Yeah.
How's that going? Does the job go well, or
Uh,
how do you find it?
It's grand. Like it's
Yeah.
now it can be a bit draining. Like it's a lot of cold calling, so trying to move on from it now. But sure,
Yeah.
it pays the bills.
Pays the bills.
Yeah.
Exactly, pays the bills. So you played camogie.
I did play
Now,
camogie, yeah.
that's a word that people here wouldn't have heard very often. Camogie. Could you try to describe camogie for people? It's a difficult one, I know.
Probably the best sport in the world would be how I describe it. Well, no, it's the fastest female field sport in the world. Hurling would be the male counterpart
Version,
of it.
yeah.
Basically, you have a stick and a helmet and a ball and hit each other and the ball every now and then.
The balls, it's just an excuse.
Yeah, so it's a very quick game and I do miss it, but
What position did you play in?
I was a wing back.
Wing back. Okay.
Yeah. I kind of played in every position for a while.
Right.
Used to be a goalie, then
Okay.
went up front, then into mid, then into backs
Okay.
was my
How
settling position.
many people play? 15 or 12?
15 aside.
15 aside.
15 aside, yeah.
Yeah. And you played for 7 years for Kildare. That's a long time.
7 years, yeah.
Wow.
So I started out in development squads under 12 and then it kind of went from then under 13 got to the All-Ireland final at minor, unfortunately lost out to Antrim. Won the Leinster final that year and then the following year played with the Kildare senior team and then went on Erasmus. So
Okay, right.
that was the end of my county career.
Of your county career for
Yeah.
the moment. And tell us about playing for the Barcelona Gaels, that whole community. How does that work? How did and why do why are you there?
Well, it's a lot of fun. I hadn't played football really since I was 16. Like I started 8, 9-ish and then played until I was about 16, 17 when camogie took over, really. It's very difficult to play 2 sports at once, especially
Yes.
2 sports that don't communicate with each other,
Yeah.
really. So came back here and fell in love with the game again when I was in Madrid and then kind of wanted to get back playing. And yeah, so showed up here after a night out on Sunday morning
Okay.
and had a great time. I've met some amazing people, some of my best friends over here now. So
Okay. And what part of town do you live in, or
here I live in Elborn.
in Elborn? Right.
Yeah.
So you're down in the very centre of all the social life.
Exactly, yeah. And then we train out in Lafourchard then once a week on Sundays and then out at UB Sports on Wednesdays. So it is a commute, but it is definitely worth it.
Definitely worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rory, you played as well. I remember last week you were saying that you played a little.
Yes, when I lived in Ireland, I played Gaelic football, and
then I got injured and had to stop. But I did really enjoy the years that I played football. It was really
Yeah. And did you ever play camogie?
never played camogie. Played hurling a couple of times, but
Okay,
never
maybe hurling might be
not an organised team really. Okay, just a few games, but never. It was never really a popular sport in our part of the country, which is Donegal. So.
Yeah, we definitely played Donegal once and beat them 13-20 to no score. So
Yes.
then they pulled out of the competition.
13-20 to no score. Even I know that. They definitely don't
Play
play.
very well. No, there's not a tradition. Try us in
think
Gaelic
you might-
football
you
and we
might-
see
you
what
might
the
try
score is
Canada
then.
next. Yeah. 13-20. That was very ruthless.
Yeah, no, it got
What was wrong with you? Did you all have hangovers or something?
Nothing was wrong with us. We won.
But gee,
Yeah.
there was no mercy shown.
Well, no, we were told at halftime to stop going for goals.
Be kind to the
Yeah.
people from Donegal.
After 13. Okay. Well, and what are your plans for the future? Do you think you'll play a lot more with the Barcelona Gales? How do you feel about that?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Like, I mean, I've only been here since January, and I've taken up a role in the committee now. I took a few training sessions when Owen was away, and it's genuinely like I've always been a member of this club. Like, it's amazing, and we're going to Madrid now in a few weeks. It'll be our first tournament of the season, so then we'll have another sometime February. March we'll be hosting one ourselves, and we'll be going out to Valencia as well. So it'll just keep rolling over and
Okay,
keep
so
ticking
there's
on.
Madrid and Valencia.
Yes.
Is the the triangle.
Yes,
Okay, at the moment.
at the moment, yes.
So tell us a little before we finish. Where do you, if anybody would be interested in playing Gaelic football, female team only, or is it mixed?
So we have our own team. We have two teams at the moment. We've the Gales and Santa Eulalia, they're our second team, and then we have the men's team as well. They're Barcelona Gales and Barcelona St. Anna's. But yeah, we train every Wednesday and Sunday, and all the information.
And where do you train?
On Wednesdays we train up at UB Sports, up in their sports complex, and on Sundays in La Fourchard,
Okay, in Montjuic.
in Montjuic. Yeah.
What time on Sunday?
On Sunday it'll be 2:30 to
2:30, just when the sun is in the perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always, when I see that, I think, oh my God, these are tough people.
Yeah.
You know, or crazy, or both. You know.
Yeah.
But I suppose it's the time that you can get it's free.
Exactly.
Because I think
yeah.
they play a lot of rugby there. So
Yeah, it's a lot of
you
rugby.
can't get you can't get 11 or 12 or
Yeah,
some
no, like it
a
is
more humane time.
Yeah, like there is a struggle to get pitches, especially because we're a small sport in a big city.
Minority
Yeah.
sport, yeah.
Yeah, so during the summer when we were trying to find pitches, it was a bit of a struggle, and we were going up to Saria a lot, so a lot of us commuting an hour outside of the city, and it was tough. But no, it's fine.
It's
Yeah.
established, I
Yeah.
suppose. I suppose with that time, you don't have any opposition.
no.
It's
Exactly, yeah.
perfect. It's like 3:00 at that. Well, there's nobody going to
Yeah.
be. We want to. No. On a Sunday, 3:00, all the locals are eating with their families. So that game over, literally. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
So now we're going to move on to the Ukrainian part of the program, to a very active lady, Alexandra,
Hi, everyone.
who is a basic champion of almost everything.
Maybe
It
a little bit.
seems, yeah. I mean, you tell me of all the sports that you play.
So,
You have taekwondo. You're a master of taekwondo
yeah, and kickboxing also.
and kickboxing. So I am,
no.
and
Behave yourself,
and
Don.
behave, yes.
In
And
case.
I mean, that's just the start, But also you're an ice skater. You're a wind surfer,
See, yes.
professional wind surfer.
You know, my
You know, so I mean, these are all 4 sports, and we haven't finished yet. You know,
my father also wanted one guy, but here I am.
right? Okay, right? Okay, something. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. So you're definitely very active. You're a mother as well.
I think
How many children do you have?
just one.
Just one.
But I want more. So.
Okay. And you also have time for TikTok and YouTube. You have many viewers, I think. You say millions of viewers?
Yes, but honestly, it's thanks very much for my daughter because
Okay.
yeah, when she was smallest, she looked every time at different pictures, interesting, and told me that, Mom, I would like to try. Are you sure? Okay, let's try.
Okay.
And that's why now we have 5 channels. We work
5 channels, okay.
Yeah, 2 on YouTube and 3 on TikTok. And now we prepare another one. So yeah, I'm not sleeping.
Okay, for anybody who's listening, Alexandra Horbach, TikTok, is it, or
No,
no?
like me blog. It's name.
Like me blog.
Yeah. Thank you for the address, Tina.
Okay, like me blog. Okay, and that's on both YouTube and TikTok, or they have different names.
It's
Technical names. Yeah.
no different. It's on YouTube we are TikTok family, and it's different channels because we have channels in another different countries.
Right.
So, but we try to make the videos without speak.
So you have different channels in different countries. That's interesting. So what? One where?
In USA,
You've one in USA, yeah.
in Ukraine,
In Ukraine.
now in Spain.
Now in
We have
Spain.
2 new
Spain,
channels.
mhm.
Yeah, and
Okay, that's a start. You know, I mean, let's not be too pernickety. So you're a very active person then, and anything else?
I don't know.
Is that it? Is that all?
no.
Okay. What,
I
have I left anything out?
I think I have a lot of energy for all. I don't know where I found this energy every time, but yeah, I very love this life.
Okay.
So I live every time how it's the last day.
It's the last, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Some people do. They
So,
like, vroom.
I know in Spain, the people spend the time like the old. I don't know why I would like to speak in Spanish.
Maybe because you're in Spain.
Because you're in Spain.
Maybe,
in
maybe.
the Catalonian part of Spain, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, I suppose you've been thinking all day in Spanish, you see, and then you come in, and then it's.
Yes, be honestly, it's very difficult when you have 4 languages in your head. So, and you try to speak here in Spanish, here in English, here in Ukrainian, and a lot of see. Yes.
Okay. So the question I always ask people from the Ukraine in the program is like, where were you when the war started?
Oh, so we had with my family in Ukraine restaurants. And when this war start, me and my husband, I think he felt that it will start, and 23rd of February he told me, Alex, vamos, sorry, we'll go. Yeah,
Vámonos.
we need to go. Let's collect our suitcases and we come. And but I in my mind I told no, it's impossible. It's impossible. No, and so we sit on one of the train on this day. And
you're from Kharkiv, and that was attacked.
Yeah, I'm from, where we stay very near is Russia.
Yes.
And at 4 a.m. we was slept in train, and one of the guy who was staying nearest to me,
Touched you, yeah?
touched me, told me that they
war
they
has
were
started.
started, yeah.
Okay.
And then I was heard a lot of explosions. So and what is the name? Avions. I'm so sorry.
Planes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guys on this train told that we need to
Get off the train?
Yeah, and it was very.
During the day or the nighttime?
Train away from Kharkiv at that moment.
It was a problem because we stayed on this train more than
5 hours.
5 hours. Yeah, and then in Kiev we tried to find another train. A lot of people, all the people running, and I just found one person who gave the money and told, please, because I have a daughter. We had afraid, and also then we came for the Lviv, and in Lviv it's western of Ukraine.
Oh, super. Right.
Yeah, and we stayed there 1 month, and then I because I gave the born of my daughter here in Barcelona.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's Catalan.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So we resolved that it will be better if she can stay here more safe and spend the time not had afraid, and also so we came here, and in the second day I found the Red Cross,
yeah.
and start to help Ukrainians here in Barcelona and Fira.
But when did you come? I mean, you were in Kiev, going to Kharkiv, and then
from Kharkiv we're going to Kiev. Yeah, then we change the train and go into Lviv because
Lviv, right?
Lviv, yeah.
Lviv. And then after that, when did you decide we're leaving the country?
We lived. We stayed on Lviv 1 month. So
Right.
in March we resolved it. It's a lot of we need to.
You need to
we need to
move.
make something here. So that's why.
Where did you go then?
In Hungary.
Hungary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we
Budapest.
have. Yeah, sure. Because we have a friends there, and they helped us
To move there.
stay here. So, and I remember that we found one plane.
Were you pregnant at this time?
No,
Sorry.
why?
Okay. No, because you said the child was born in Catalonia.
But it
she-
was safe.
her.
She came at 6.
She's 6 years.
There lies my confusion.
Thanks God, no, because I have a lot of energy also, but it's
Not quite.
no. It's like a very bad dream, you know.
Okay, so we're back in Budapest, and so you're with your friends there, and then
Yes, they helped me to find one of the plane, and after 2 days we came on Barcelona.
and why Barcelona? Why not Madrid or Seville or Lisboa?
Because I love this. At first I love this.
Oh, that's it. It's love.
Because that's the second one. Why Spain? Because my daughter was born here, and the third one is because I know the Spanish. It's very important to live in one of the countries.
Right.
When
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
thing.
You also knew, I suppose, in Barcelona that they speak 2 languages, but at least you have one that everybody knows. Yes. And so you came here. How long have you been here for then?
So from March,
March. Okay.
like nine months.
Okay. And where are you settled? Where do you live?
Oh, it's a long story. Now in
Everywhere.
be honestly,
Depends
yes.
on the week.
Be honestly, yes.
Depends on the week. Yeah?
You know,
You're on the move. Still on the move.
everywhere. But now in Manresa, and
Okay, you're
every
in
morning,
Manresa?
every morning, who know where is stay Manresa, I have to get up at 6 a.m.
Okay.
See, because my daughter has her school in Barcelona, and I work in Barcelona. So every day we get up at 6 o'clock, and we came to home at 9 at 10 p.m. So then we have dinner, and I think I sleep just 5 hours, but
It's enough.
That's okay.
It's enough. It's enough,
It's enough
for
for
the
me.
moment. Yeah, that's very intense. Yeah, that's very intense. And Manresa? Well, you probably have very little time because you sort of you sleep there.
yeah,
Yeah.
be honestly.
Yeah.
But
You
why?
live in Barcelona, but yeah.
You know, it's very big problematic for refugees find in Barcelona,
Yes.
some flat for rented. So because these companies want also my life, also all what I have. So sure
You
that
mean in guarantees? Yeah.
guarantees it's don't they didn't want the guarantee for example from Ukraine or for my I have companies in USA, so they just want one contract that they have here in Spain. So sure that they didn't
Yeah.
No,
What they want is a contract made in Spain. Is that what you mean?
yeah,
Right.
like
You mean a guarantor in Spain?
it's a guarantee for them
Yes,
that I
yes.
can if I can't
Pay
pay
the rent,
company will pay
yeah.
for my part.
The company will pay, but that company is not in Spain. If it was in Spain, yes,
Yeah.
but they don't. You have a company in the US,
Yeah, it's my property.
yeah.
So, but
And
doesn't matter for
what company or what does it do?
no,
your
it's company like because we have a little like PR studio
Yeah.
where is work managers with me like YouTube, because you know YouTube it's spend a lot of time
Yes.
make videos, speak with different managers with companies, because you said like to make advertising always with online.
Online, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's I think it's our future, be honestly.
So, what do you do? What do you? You know, you're saying you're working in Barcelona. What do you do in Barcelona when you're not traveling?
Okay, so when I came here in March, I started to help in Red Cross.
Red Cross,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry. And I found one woman who helped me to find here one project very interesting. It's project with the kids, refugees from Ukraine. So in this summer we was found one interesting idea to make 2 camps
Okay.
where the kids can stay just Ukrainians,
Yes.
but they can to learn Spanish,
Okay.
because we had professors from Ukraine and from Spain also. So and we helped a lot of to like open the soul, and I'm proud because now these children stay in Barcelona and different schools. They can to speak very open for different persons from the kids from Barcelona, from Spain. So they can earlier we was started to make art therapy with these kids, and they painted, for example, explosions. Also with black colors.
Colours,
And but
trauma.
yeah, very very big trauma.
Yeah.
But now it's I think our
There's
camp.
yellows and oranges coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Be honestly,
the
yeah.
colors are coming
And
back.
I proud of my equipo, my team. Sorry, my team. So that very helped me, and we made a huge work.
Okay. So that's and are you doing anything with the TikTok and the YouTube? Or you're all the time on TikTok?
All the
and
time,
YouTube?
all the time.
So
Every
there's
7 days. Yeah,
And how long is the TikTok? Is it 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds?
no, we make videos like 30 seconds.
30 seconds, okay.
Yeah.
And YouTube?
It's like we try to find always trend. If it's trend good, it's maybe just 15 seconds or, for example, 1 minute. Be honestly, for 1 minute, YouTube will pay more. But we try to find a good way for make good views.
To get more viewers. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Alexandra. It's been a pleasure. I hope you come back to the programme again. And now we're going to continue with Rory about your section. Let's see what you have for today.
As usual, my section is about health and nutrition, and particularly having sports people here on the program as well. It's a good audience to have. But I'm going to just talk in sort of very in general terms about sort of the 4 pillars of health and well-being. People are looking to sort of be healthier. They might just sort of want to look at these different aspects and not focus just on one, because there's no one solution to good health. There's no magic bullet, but you can sort of look at the different aspects. So those 4 aspects are, good food, good nutrition, exercise, sport, sleep, and also lifestyle. Starting with sleep, I mean, people very often don't think that that's a big contributor to your health. But in fact, the body just doesn't shut down when you go to sleep. It's really when half of the body shuts down, but the other half wakes up and starts working, because that's the time when the body regulates the hormones. It works on repairing the damage done, particularly if you're doing a lot of intensive sport. That's when all of the nutrition is absorbed into the body and really just prepares you for the next day. It also has an important mental aspect, because it's the time when your brain sort of puts things together, particularly your memory, where it's all sort of classified. And, that's why people often say, well, look, I'm going to think about something, let me sleep on it. And it very often clears your thoughts and puts your ideas together. So there's so much happening during the period of sleep, while you are resting, which is very important. You are also giving your body a chance to be in form and in condition for the next day. So it is a big contributor, because all of those hormones, all of those nutrients that you're absorbing are playing a big part in your vitality for the next day. So having good sleep, maybe 7 to 8 hours, is a very important aspect of your overall health, particularly if you're doing a lot of sport as well. It also means that you're refreshed and you've got the energy to take on the next day. And as for people who might want some sort of tips on how to get good sleep, establishing a good routine is very important. Try to get as many hours before midnight as possible, because those hours are much more valuable than the ones after midnight. And to try have that sort of routine, sleep in a dark room if possible, and try to keep the temperature in the room sort of quite low. You can have the bed nicely warm, but the body likes to reduce its temperature when it goes into sleep, so you're just helping that go along. Also, to avoid blue light is important, because that's a stimulant that the body feels that it's time to get up and be active. So if you can avoid using the mobile, being on the computer, watching TV for maybe an hour beforehand, it's a good way of getting ready to prepare your body for sleep. So I wanted to draw attention to that. Is also an important aspect. The next part then is talking about exercise. Now, exercise is very important for the body to, keep it active, to make sure that the muscles and the bones are working. It helps your digestion. It just really gives a boost to all of the cellular activity, which means that all of those things, those cellular processes are being speeded up, made to work harder. So that's always good for the body. It's also good for sort of distributing all of those nutrients into the body as well, because that's necessary. They're the building blocks of your health. And it's also important for repair. When you stress those muscles. They repair during your sleep period because they're all interconnected. The exercise also will keep you young. It means that you've got that vitality and your body working well on a regular basis. Now, the recommendation is about sort of 20, 30 minutes sort of every day. And some people like to go to the gym and put all of that in intensive sort of hour, 2 hours, a couple of times a week. However, more and more research has been done into those short bursts of activity. So just walking up a flight of stairs or running for the bus or carrying the shopping home, those sort of 5 or 6 minutes of slightly higher intensity activity, they all count. So if you're staying active, even just walking, rather than sitting in front of your computer all day, it's always important to try keep that movement, and that movement will help your body in the course of the day. And another important thing to get on the opposite side of sitting down is standing up. We're not sort of so aware of it. Actually, gravity is working on our body and making us work harder. So again, that's a way of strengthening your muscles, strengthening your bones. So by being active and moving, you're doing so much for your body and keeping your health. Now, there's one sort of word of warning when it comes to exercise. You can overdo it. Or at least if you do very intense exercise, you've got to be careful about what you're doing to repair, to replenish the body, because you're burning lots of calories, you're using up a lot of the water in your body. So you've got to replenish that after doing exercise. That can happen by good nutrition, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment, but also getting good sleep so that you're making sure that you're compensating for those sort of micro injuries that you're causing through weightlifting or sprinting or jogging or whatever it is. Your body needs to be given the tools it needs to repair that. And, there are cases where you see people that have been sort of top-class athletes and they end up at 40 or 45 or 50 dying. You think that's not really the normal outcome for somebody that's been so healthy and fit. But if a person has been stressing their body and not focusing enough on repairing afterwards, it can, over the years, age your body. So while good exercise is good, you also need to look on the other side, the feeding the body and fueling it with the ingredients that it needs. And that's the other pillar of good health, is to look at nutrition. It seems quite obvious that what you're putting into your body is being used for generating the energy for your body. So if you're not putting in good quality food on a regular basis, then your resulting body is not going to be that healthy. Because when you think of it, you cut your finger and the body repairs. A couple of days later, the cut has disappeared. But where did that skin come from? That skin was built from the very things you put into your body in the previous days and previous weeks. So the repair is going to be slower. It's not going to be the same quality if you're not eating the right types of food. And what I like to focus on too is the benefits of specific foods, the idea of a functional food. Various foods have, apart from the filling of your stomach, but they do have specific benefits for the natural defenses of the body, for repairs. And if we can focus on the foods that have those particular properties, then we can use food with a certain functionality. An example might be if you take something like tomatoes or red peppers. They have a component which is called lycopene, and that's a real cancer buster. So if that's something we want to promote in our life, a strong resistance, or maybe we've got history of cancer in a family, then if we can focus on those foods that have lots of lycopene, we're using them not only just to eat them, but also to give us other benefits. And for me, it's one of my passions, is trying to coordinate and make people aware as well of what they can do and how they can really improve their health. Simply by eating well, but with a focus and a mindfulness. So nutrition is one of the major pillars of health, I feel, because it's basically something that you do every day, 2 or 3 times a day, and it has an immediate impact. You know, what you eat in the morning, is going to give you energy in the day. And, well, if you eat what's bad, we all know if you eat some bad food, very soon afterwards, the negative aspects are very obvious, okay? So it shows you that what you're putting in has an immediate effect on your body. And that's why I think nutrition is so important for our overall health, because we're able to impact, in a matter of hours, how we're feeling. And food can also be used to improve your mental state. It has a direct link between what you're eating and the sort of hormones and chemicals that are reacting in your brain. So it can improve your mood, make you feel happier just by eating the right food. So there are just so many aspects of nutrition. That's why I love it so much, that we can use to improve our health. Just have to be just a little bit aware of it and conscious and ready to go towards those things that are really beneficial for us. And then the final pillar is lifestyle. This is going to take in some of the previous ones as well. It's about having a period in your day and in your life in general where you have quiet, you have relaxation, you're surrounded by good people. So having a lifestyle that means that you're interacting with people. Now, if you do sport, it's very likely that you're interacting with people. But and if you are looking after your nutrition, you're probably interacting with people sitting around having good meals. So that's all very important for your sense of security and your well-being. Now, you can take up other activities such as meditation or yoga or some other activity that gives you lots of pleasure. It may be painting, it may be singing, and that all contributes to your health. And it's sometimes an aspect that people don't give much importance to. They always focus on lots of activity and good food, and that's good health. But there are a lot more factors that play into that. And the overall impact then of combining those 4 pillars that are so important in your health, that if we just are a little bit more mindful, it can have an amazing effect on our overall health and well-being. So, any comment on how do you feel about how you look after yourself, or your sleep, or your exercise?
No, because it's very interesting that you are speaking it today, because it's something I was thinking over these days.
Okay.
And I just came back from Montserrat.
Right.
I went there for a few days. And this is the times when I just turn off everything. I just go and have relaxation. And I wanted to meet the sunrise these 2 days.
Okay.
And I couldn't wake up. I was just sleeping. I was like, come on, what? But now you're telling me about the sleep. So I was thinking, okay, so maybe I did the right thing. Because sometimes we really need to sleep. And for me, personally, to get a better quality of sleep, from Ukraine I ordered it's some kind of, it's like herbal thing, it's like herbal liquid thing, I don't know what you call it, and when I drink it a little bit, like I feel my mind is very refreshed. And when I don't drink, like I sleep, but I can really feel the 2 different sleeps, and I can depending on the quality of sleep, my brain functions in 2 totally different ways. And I find it, what you're speaking about, having a good sleep, I totally agree. And all the points which you are saying, actually, I really agree. And more than that, today is the new moon, is the beginning, when we have to plan the month.
The month, right? Yes.
And I was just today planning, seeing my schedule, and I read some blogger and again who said like, okay, you have to focus on your vacations and your times when you rest. So I was like, I was planning, considering, okay, this is when I rest, this is when I rest, okay, and between this rest, I will put my work. But usually it's opposite, but today, yes. So thank you so much for telling all this, because I think it's really important and it really makes all sense. Just the only question is really practice this.
Yes, okay.
And we are trying to do that.
But every little bit helps, okay? And doing a little bit every day builds up a routine and has a long-term impact on your health and your vitality.
Yes.
Little by little.
Little
okay?
by little, step by step.
Well, thank you very much, Rory, for that part of the program. And now we're going to go to the next part of the program, which is the Ukrainian part.
Розчиниться все кров, колись мене побачиш ти квітучою і знов. Я подарую чисте небо, і прийде весна. Колись, коли закінчиться війна. Тому що я Україна, я витримаю біль, я захищу тебе від куль, що мене цілять звідусіль. Тому що я сильна, я подолаю все, бо ти мене в своїх руках несеш. Ви голови поклавши, відправились у сни. Колись назвуть героями вас, ви мої сини. І зацвіте калина, мов кров червонима. Згадає батьківщина, яким ти був козак. Вірю, з тобою я в наші сили, свобода в серці як крила, і мир повернеться знов. Знаю, з тобою я все подолаю, завжди добро перемагає і переможе любов. Тому що я Україна, я витримаю біль, я захищу тебе від куль, що мене цілять звідусіль. Тому що я сильна, я подолаю все, бо ти мене в своїх руках несеш. Наші ангели нас захищають від навали і тьми ворогів. Мої крила тебе обіймають, мої руки в крові чужаків. Вони ніжно встромили у спину, увірвавшись нахабно вночі. Але стали ми за Україну, єдині схрестивши у битві мечі. Відбудуємо все, повернуться, із далеких країв всі птахи. Очі твої мені посміхнуться, засміються ще знов дітлахи. Сильна нація, вільна, єдина, мирне небо, щасливе життя. Ми є всі твої, ми родина, і нехай буде так, буде так.
Ну що, доброго вечора, і сьогодні з вами знову наша українська рубрика, яка називається «Разом з тобою». І тільки що ми слухали Настю Каменських, її пісню «Я Україна». І це так, так приємно, так символічно слухати цю пісню тут, у Барселоні. Ти відчуваєш себе начебто вдома. І так, це наша рубрика. Ми знову починаємо. І хочу вам представити наших сьогодні гостів. Це Олександра Горбач.
Доброго вечора.
І у нас сьогодні суперзірка, суперстар, її маленька донька. Як тебе звати, сонце?
Як тебе звати? Говори, кажи. Мене звати Іванка.
Іванка. В нас сьогодні в гостях Іванка. Да. Це наш така. Ми думали робити сьогодні ефір про дітей, от про те, що, знаєте, зорі саме зійшлись. Тому що до нас прийшла дівчинка. Іванка, скажи, скільки можеш на мене дивитися? Я тут.
Дивись на Катю.
Дивись на мене.
Карі. Дивись на Катю.
Привіт. Ти давно приїхала сюди?
Да.
Скільки ти вже тут знаходишся?
Забула.
Где-то там уже 17 месяцев.
Ні, це
17?
дуже багато.
Скільки?
З березня.
З березня. Ну це скільки?
Це
Прибли-
вже 9
9 місяців, так, 9 місяців вже тут. Подобається тобі тут?
Да,
А друзі в тебе є?
да.
Які українські друзі чи іспанські, каталонські?
Испанский.
Іспанські? Ти вже іспанську знаєш? Що, серйозно?
Каталонский тоже.
А ну скажи щось з іспанською.
Нет.
Ола?
Секрет.
Ола? Кеталь? Секрет?
Ну, кажи щось також. Ти можеш сказати на каталанській. Бо я, наприклад, не знаю каталанську, але дуже, дуже пишаюся тобою.
Я маму учу.
Мене вчи, мене вчи.
Добре, у нас сьогодні така. Ми запрошуємо гостей і розмовляємо взагалі про те, як тут зараз нам відчувається, щоб поділитися своїм опитом, підтримати якогось іншого. Бо ми всі проходимо такий період, коли нам дуже потрібна допомога один одного, якісь поради і так далі. І я хотіла з тобою поспілкуватись щодо дітей, бо я знаю, ти робила лагерь. Розкажи, будь ласка, трошки про цей лагерь.
Залюбки. Коли ми сюди приїхали, як я казала, що ми не знаю чому, але я побачила людей з Красного Хреста. І я підійшла і сказала, що хочу працювати з вами, бо я знаю іспанську мову і буду дуже рада допомагати. Мені подзвонили на наступний день і сказали, добре, супер, приходь. Отже, і там працювала одна дівчина, яка мені дуже допомогла з працею, бо вона допомагає біженцям, які знаходяться у Іспанії, знайти працю. Так. І одного разу мені подзвонили і кажуть, дивись, є один проєкт, зараз департамент зі спорту та допомагає і роблять новий проєкт для діточок з України. Я кажу, що мені дуже цікаво, звісно. І коли я туди прийшла, мені сказали, що зараз міністерство з мерією згодили цей проєкт, що буде 2 табори для дітей з України, і максимум, що вони можуть зробити, це 100 місць на один табір. Дійсно, це дуже велика робота, це дуже важко. Але ми погодилися, це було дуже інтересно, цікаво, вибачте. І моя колега Ірина, ми робили разом, вона була директором з одного табору, і я з іншого. І потім нам ще доповнили і сказали, що можна ще 15 діточок додати до кожного табору. І я можу сказати, що кожну неділю ми були по зав'язку, було дуже загружено діточками, бо дуже багато сімей тут знаходиться з України зараз, де є мами, у кого 3 дітей. І, звісно, я, мама однієї дитини, я не маю... Не уявляю, як це тяжко. Не уявляю, де верда. Чому я розмовляю на іспанській мові?
Мабуть, тому що ти живеш в Іспанії зараз.
Це вечір. Так, отже, що я хочу сказати, що я дуже вдячна, бо ми мали головна умова була, що буде діти, вибачте, виховачі з України і з Іспанії. Бо цей проєкт для того, щоб асимілювати тут дітей. Я дуже хвилювалася, звісно, Івани, наприклад, що коли вона піде до школи, і вона має тільки 6 років, а діти, які мають 13-14 років, як вони мають себе почувати серед підлітків, які розмовляють на іншій мові, які у школі вони будуть вивчати хімію, фізику, де все каталанською мовою. Це дуже складно, і це великий стрес. Дуже багато сімей покинули Іспанію.
Даже математика есть.
Також математика, так, звісно.
Іспанською, так?
Так, дуже багато дітей, сімей покинули Іспанію, переїхали до Польщі, наприклад. І я завжди питала, чому? Вони кажуть, бо дуже важко, складно з мовою. І діти не мають підтримки. Тому ми дуже намагалися робити різноманітні активності, ми виховували з різними картинками. Ми ходили, я дуже вдячна міністерству та мерії, тому що вони робили для нас кожну неділю частні автівки, де ми їздили до різноманітних екскурсій. І Тібідабо, і Космокайша. Діти, вони були у такому восторзі, що...
Я тоже была в восторге.
Так, звісно. Що це вони почали відкриватися душою. Вони перестали малювати цей жах, який ми бачили на початку. Дуже багато було агресії. Діти могли і бути у сутичці, і бити іншу дитину. Було дуже багато таких випадків. Але у кінці ми усі плакали, ми усі обіймалися. Батьки дуже хотіли, щоб ми могли щось зробити ще, але це дуже важко. Дуже важко тут знайти, як профінансувати і зробити це. Але ми дуже сподіваємося, що мені дуже зараз подобається, що у школах зробили виховачів, які допомагають українським діточкам. І ця підтримка, вони можуть приходити, вони можуть психологічну підтримку давати, вони пояснюють, як це обозначає і тому подібне. Отже, я обрала дуже багато друзів, дуже багато сімей з України, і ми зараз спілкуємося. Я і зараз допомагаю дуже, якщо можу знайти, наприклад, одяг, чи їжу, чи ми можемо знайти якісь активності, чи ми можемо зробити для дітей табір, і ми завжди це робимо, намагаємося. Я дуже вдячна «Джерело». Це асоціація, там є заснователька цієї організації Ольга. Я дуже вдячна, тому що те, що вони роблять зараз для українців, це una магія. Це магія, так. Отже, я дуже вдячна. І мені здається, що так, це дуже важко. І дуже важко, тому що немає підтримки. Але якщо ми прорвемося, бо українці можуть усе, і навіть більше, то, звісно, Іспанія дуже гарна страна. Треба тільки трохи впевненості і віри у себе, і все буде добре. Дякую. Це буде Україна.
Звичайно, Слушано, дуже дякую тобі за те, що ти так поділилася. Це дуже щиро. То я також працюю з дітьми, і коли я туди приїхала, я також, як і ти, приїхала в березні, і в місто Калея. Ми там збирали діточок і робили з ними різноманітні активності. І теж бачиш, як мистецтво, чи коли вони задействовані у своїх талантах, вони дійсно розкриваються, можуть все це пройти. Тому це дуже-дуже важливо залучати дітей, особливо в цей час. І так, я також знаю Ольгу Дзюбан, пані Ольгу Дзюбан з «Джерело» особисто, вона дуже багато робить для всіх нас. І сподіваюся, що ось такі от світлі діточки, як ось ця наша Іванка, будуть так от завжди веселитись і будемо сподіватися, що не розгромлять нам студію сьогодні, так?
Можливо.
Енергії дуже багато, що вона... Іваночка, давай ми зараз розмовляємо, а потім все інше, добре? По очереді. Ти хочеш щось розповісти нам? Давай. Можна. Хочеш віршик розповісти? Любою мовою? Чи пісню заспівати хочеш? Я можу тобі допомогти. Давай у лузі червону калину заспіваємо.
Так, усі знаємо, так?
Я знаю.
Давай. 3, 4. Ой, у
Лузі
червона калина похилилася.
Ось наша слава Україна
нажилася, а ми тую червону калину підіймемо, а ми нашу славу Україну гей, 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 розвелемо. Дуже добре. Ну що, до речі, у нас взагалі стартує, ми почали цей проєкт, як така маленька рубрика, але ж зараз ми виростаємо, будемо більше і більше, зростаємо, будемо більше і більше, і вже наступного разу ми будемо віщати півгодини, і у нас будуть різноманітні рубрики. Буде одна рубрика, у нас будуть музиканти. От у нас сьогодні відкриття з Насті Каменської та Іванка. Іванка сьогодні разом з НК відкривала цю рубрику. У нас будуть цікаві гості, які будуть ділитися своїм опитом, досвідом. І одну з рубрик буде вести Аліна Кабакова, вона відома блогерша у Барселоні. Вона буде ділитися корисними порадами. Взагалі запрошуємо всіх, у когось є якісь ідеї, креативні, писати, чого хочеться, що цікаво, тому що це рубрика для нас, про нас, і дуже важливо думки кожного з вас, бо ми не знаємо, ми просто експериментуємо, імпровізуємо. І це таке, ми створюємо креативне українське радіо у Барселоні.
Я вам дуже вдячна, тому що цього так не вистачає відчути шматочок як вдома, так? Ти можеш включитися і слухати свою рідну мову і посміхатися разом. Це дуже важливо.
Так,
я вам дуже вдячна за це.
Да, ми теж дуже вдячні, що ви всі знаходитесь, що ми всі разом, і це наша рубрика «Разом з тобою». І, до речі, що для тебе було саме таким найважче всього в Іспанії?
Найважче всього в Іспанії? Не знаю, мені було найважче всього. Я така людина, що завжди орієнтуюся і адаптуюся під це. Мені немає проблемності, але...
Якусь пораду. Ось одна порада. Да, от таку пораду для тих, хто приїхав і якому важко. Що б ти порадила?
Ніколи не здаватися.
Ніколи не здатися. Так.
Тому що, як кажуть, дорогу осилить завжди йдущий. Тому що маємо йти і маємо тільки отримати перемогу.
Тільки вперед, тільки за перемогою. І я думаю, це саме така класна мотивація на сьогоднішній вечір. Ну що, наступного четверга ми почуємось тут на RCE о 8 годині. Будемо чекати всіх вас. До побачення.
Гарного вечора.
Бай-бай.
Я подарую чисте небо і прийде весна. Коли закінчиться війна. Тому що я Україна, я витримаю.